Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. We are live again here on the YMF Racing Network tonight with another race for the Four Seasons Auto Wash Truck Series presented by FTR. We are here in the playoffs. This is an elimination race tonight here in Las Vegas for the Divine Remodeling 150. Again, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's playoff elimination time here, baby, in the FTR series. I'm excited for tonight. Qualifying is just now wrapping up. Take a look and see where everybody is starting here. I was watching practice a little bit earlier, and Josh Lambert here looking good as always. Robert Chappell is looking good in practice as well. I know he's one of our fan favorites. Both of those drivers in the playoff looking for a good solid finish tonight and maybe advance their way into the next round. Again, this is playoff elimination race time. Only 6 trucks will advance to the next round. Last week we were at Bristol. We saw Josh Lambert come home with a victory, a very strong race for him. It'll be really interesting to see what he can do this week. We just wait for qualifying to wrap up here. Where's everybody checking in from tonight? And what drivers are you guys rooting for as well? Be sure to chime in. Let everybody know who you're rooting for out there. I feel like there's usually some Robert Chappell fans. All right, qualifying is finished. Let's go ahead and take a look at our race facts real quick while these guys hit the grid. Again, we're in Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's the Divine Remodeling 150. Week 2 of the playoffs here in the FTR Four Seasons Auto Wash Truck Series. Tonight, there'll be 2 extra set of tires, 100 laps, 0 fast repairs, 1 green-white checkered flag attempt. Caution laps will not count, and the top 6 in points will advance to the next round of playoffs next week. So there is going to be a lot of good racing to watch here to see who's going to make their way into that next round. Looks like everybody's about ready here. Get ready. Take a look at our grid here. Starting first, Josh Lambert. Hope if I pull up our actual grid. Starting first, Josh Lambert, that number 90 truck. Bryce Gainey in the 18 on the outside. Joseph Phelps starting 3rd. Chris Gates 4th. Robert Chappell 5th. 6th, Rick Modrich. 7th, Jacob Nagel. 8th, Bryant Nagel. 9th, Casey Cotterman. 10th, Rudy Hagg. 11th, Clayton Fowler back in that 67 truck. 12th, Brandon Cowell, still waiting on him to hit the grid. And starting 13th, going to be Tim Johns back in the 32 truck. John Fowler back in the 071 truck. Chris Wolford in the 15th. I'm sorry, it's Chris Wolford starting 15th in the 51 truck. Mike Ziegler starting 16th. Got several cars tonight. Starting 17th, Thomas Ridgway. 18th, Russ Martin Jr. And rolling off 19th, Randy Coyer in the number 19 truck. All right, pace car is off. Gonna move these guys around the track. Get a good look from our Goodyear blimp tonight. Get an overhead view of the track. All right, let's see, Williamstown. It's Robert Chappell fans. More Robert Chappell fans and more Robert Chappell fans. Well, good news for all the Robert Chappell fans out here. We have a special onboard camera with that number 87 truck tonight. So we will go on board with him, get a good look at what his view is as he races his way around this track here at Las Vegas. Josh Lambert going to lead them around turn 3. Josh Lambert's actually the championship points leader as far as everybody who's remaining in the playoffs. He comes into this race after a strong finish last week. He's got a 15-point lead here. green flag is out, and we are underway to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Josh Lambert's going to lead the field down into turn 1. Bryce gaining on the outside, going to fall way up top. Loses a few spots right off the bat. Having some troubles back there with him. Not sure what's going on with Bryce. Field 2x2. Look at this, 2 and 3 wide all the way through the field. Robert Chapel already down a couple spots, down to 7th. Chris Gates maybe looking to the inside of Josh River, coming out of turn 4. Motorage in the 71 behind him. A really great turnout for tonight's race. 19 trucks in the field, so we should see some solid racing front to back here. Brian Nagel in that 458 truck, he's going to be one of the trucks trying to work his way, make sure he holds on his position and advances to the next round of the playoffs. He's holding down a 1-point lead above that cutoff line tonight. So he's going to need a pretty solid performance to make sure he makes his way to the next round. All over the bumper of number 20, Chris Gates. Remodeling looking to the outside. Side by side with Brian Nagel for 4th position. Jacob Nagel behind him in the 48 truck. Speaking of the special onboard camera that I mentioned, let's go ahead and go on board with Robert Chapel and get a view of what he sees here. There's a special driver cam. Fan favorite Robert Chapel. So he works his way down the front stretch. Get a good look at his setup there and what he's actually seeing. Go back and check in on Chris Gates in 2nd position. Brian Nagel and Rick Modrich trading spots for 3rd. Back and check on Joseph Phelps. He had a touch lead last week at Bristol. Gonna try to sneak his way in the playoffs. He's currently 1 point below the cut line. So he's really going to need to, we're going to keep a close eye on him and Brian Nagel. That could be the toss-up on who makes it to the next round there. So Joseph Phelps going to be the 57 truck. Brian Nagel in the 458, currently in 3rd position. Joseph is definitely going to have to catch him if he wants to advance to next week. A little bit farther into these playoffs. There we go. Free car washes at the number 87 wins. That's a way to shout out our sponsor. Yes, a huge thank you to 4 Seasons for being on board with the truck series all season long. We definitely appreciate those guys. All of our sponsors really who make this happen. Tropical Tan, Saddles, Iron Arch Gym. Of course, Divine Remodeling for sponsoring the race tonight here at Las Vegas. Definitely appreciate all those guys. Check on the rest of our field here. Brandon Cowell sitting back in 9th. It's another one of our playoff drivers. He's actually 2nd in the playoff points. He is he's plus 10 above the cut line right now. Sitting back in 9th. Pretty much settling out in single file. Has somebody leaving down low there. Chris Wolford in the 51 truck, battling with Russ Martin Jr. in the number 91 for the 15th position. Right now, 100. There's a field coming down the front stretch. Jacob Nagel making a move into the 4th position. Makes his way around Rick Modric, maybe? Side by side going down the back stretch. Not quite enough for that 48 truck yet. He's going to look again in turn 3. Robert Chapel back on Joseph Phelps behind those two. 36th position. Joseph Phelps is going to pull ahead of Robert. Jacob and Nagel still. Jacob Nagel and Rick Modric still side by side in turn 2. So Rick is 3rd currently in playoff points. He's 8 points above the cut line. Lots of good playoff battles to watch here tonight. Like Rick's going to hold on to that 4th position. Already had Brendan Cowell back in 8th and 9th. Let's take a look at some lap times. See what lap times have looked like so far. Josh Lambert. He's got the best lap time so far, the 31.113. That's another thing to keep in mind with the playoffs. So one way these guys can earn some bonus points here is 1, you can qualify on the pole. 2, you can lead a lap, or 3, you can lead the most laps. So Josh Lambert trying to capitalize on those bonus points tonight. Chris Gates and Brian Nagel battling for 2nd position. Let's go to Brian here. Some closes on the number 20 of Chris Gates. Still back in 7th. Trying to hang in there with number 57, Joseph Phelps. Brandon Cowell right behind him. Going side by side down the front stretch. Again, this is your battle for the 7th position. Brandon Cowell just slightly ahead. And he pulls away down the back stretch. Just a couple more positions. Jacob Nagel in the 48 truck going side by side with Rick Modric. Battling for 4th and 5th. Joseph Phelps coming in behind them. So the battle for 2nd. Chris Gates and Brian still going at it as well. There's races everywhere, folks. We're not sure where to watch. This top 5 is continuing to trade positions back and forth. It's what we like to see. Brian Nagel going to slide up the track just a little bit there. And Josh Lambert hasn't been able to pull away like he did at Bristol. Chapel loses another spot. He's back to 8th. Battling with Brandon Cowell in the 85. Let's go on board with Robert again. Take a look at his view. Pull up his driver cam. Remodeling and Jacob Nichols still battling for the 4th position. Jacob Nichols really needed a good finish tonight. He's in the playoffs, but unfortunately, after a tough week at Bristol, he's down 21 points below the cut line right now. Good news for him, though. Also tied for 21 points below the cut line is Juan Velez, who is not in this race tonight. Apologize here, we lost our camera. Checking in on points. We lost our camera, I apologize. This Gates dropped back to 4th. But yeah, as I was saying, lucky for Jacob Nichols, Juan Velez is tied with him at 21 points below the cut line, and Juan did not make this race. And also Chris Strutzman not in this race as well, 21 points below the cut line. So there's 2 drivers he doesn't have to worry about tonight. But still going to be tough to him. He's going to need a really good, strong finish, and maybe some bad luck for those guys currently above the cut line. Again, just to kind of recap, going into this elimination race, so your top 6 that were above the cut lines that would advance would be Josh Lambert plus 15, Brandon Cowell plus 10, Rick Modrich plus 8, Robert Chappell plus 5, Randy Coyer plus 3, and Bryant Nagel plus 1. Those are the top 6 again going into this race. And then below the cut line was Joseph Phelps minus 1, Clayton Fowler minus 5, Russ Martin Jr. minus 6, and Juan, Jacob, and Chris all minus 21. Let's go and check on Randy Coyer. Speaking of one of our playoff drivers, he's running back in 18th right now. He's plus 3 above the cut line, but I need something a little better than probably 18th to hold on to that. We'll keep an eye on him. Clayton Fowler as well, one of our playoff drivers. Back in 17th right now. Second, third, and 4th place on your screen currently. Second place, Brian in the 458. Rick in the 71, and Jacob in the 48 and 4th. Brandon Cowell up to 5th. Look at that 85 truck on the move. Looks like we have some 82 fans in the building. Let's go check in on Casey Cotterman and see how he's doing. It looks like some of the field's going to make their way on the pit road, actually. Let's check on this first, and then we'll go back and check on Casey. Several of the cars making their way down pit road. Race leader Josh Lambert going to lead them down pit lane. Let's see who makes it out of here first. So Josh Lambert came. Bryant Nagel, he was in the top 3 as well. Robert Chappell on pit road. Chris Gates on pit road. All right. Josh Lambert with a solid pit stop. He's going to win that battle off pit road. I believe Bryant Nagel is going to come off 2nd behind him. Rick Modrich in 3rd. Chris Gates coming out. Oh, no. Jacob Nagel's going to beat Chris Gates. Robert Chappell may have got him as well. And the rest of the field is going to make their way down the pit lane. Brandon Cowell, John Fowler, Joseph Phelps, Russ Martin Jr. But once all this cycles out, Josh Lambert should go back to being your race leader, followed by Bryant Nagel. And these were our first round of pit stops, came around lap 27, lap 28. Brandon Cowell making his way out pit lane. Everybody's gonna make their way back out on the track. Just settle back in. Got about 70 laps of racing here at the Divine Remodeling 150. John Fowler in the 071 truck up to the 6th position. Oh, 3 wide racing back here. Robert Chappell, Chris Gates, and Russ Martin Jr. in the 91 truck. This is your battle back for the 7th position. Robert Chappell going to hold on to that. Back to 2nd and 3rd place. 2nd place, Brian Niggle in that white and red 458 truck. Again, he's only +1 above the cut line, so this is a really good night. What Brian's wanting to see. So he's trying to hold on to that last position and advance into the next round of the playoffs. Let's go on board with Rick here. Cowell, 85 truck. Take a look at our full leaderboard. Everybody's made their way off pit lane now. Keep an eye on this battle up front. We have Josh Lambert first, Brian Nichols second, Rick Moritz third, fourth, Brandon Cowell. As they trade positions, actually, Jacob Nagel going to make his way into fourth, fifth, Brandon Cowell. As they trade spots again, Jacob Nagel now to second. Look at these guys. Let's take this off and just keep an eye on this battle for Jacob Nagel on the move. Number 48 truck is on a mission. Again, he's minus 21 points below the cut line, so he really needs this, a good win. Either a win or a good finish, and maybe a poor finish by some of these other playoff drivers. Now we have the 67 up here racing these guys, but again, keep in mind, Clayton Fowler in that purple truck, he is down a lap, so no position to stay here. But not making it easy for these guys up front. Yeah, this is your battle for the third position right now. Lap 35 over 100 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Making his way around Rick into the fourth position. No U.S. Brandon Cowell fans is typically with us. It's a sharp-looking Heat Squad, the orange and black truck. Rudy Hag in the 23 truck, Casey Cotterman in the 82, back racing for the 7th position. Let's see if he's able to make his way around Rudy Hag. Check in on Thomas Ridgway. We haven't heard much from him tonight in that number 4 truck. Currently back in the 13th with Chris Gates. Chris Gates was running up front. Not sure what happened to Chris. He's back in 14th right now. He was up front the majority of this race. Jacob Nagel, new race leader. He's made his way to the front position. Let's go back and see when he passed Josh and see what happened here. Nice clean pass by the 48. So Jacob Nagel to the front. He's got almost a 2-second lead over Josh Lambert already. Josh Lambert just really falling back. Robert Chappell up to 3rd. Brandon Cowell making a move on Bryant Nagel. He's going to make his way into the 4th position. Still side by side as they go down the back stretch. Finally going to straighten out. Brandon not quite ready to give up the battle yet. He's going to look to the inside, coming into turn 1. Side by side with Brian Nagel. And he gets enough to slide him in front, and he's going to take the 4th position away from Brian. That's Brandon Cowell in the 85 truck. Behind him, Rudy Hag making some moves in the 23 truck. Look at that. Around the 71, the 458, and the 85. Look at this racing. Rudy Hag marches his way into 4th position. He's going to start tracking down Robert. Just a few spots back, you have Bryant battling with Casey Cotterman. It's for 6th and 7th. Casey Cotterman up to 5th. Several positions changing hands here. Second, Robert in 3rd. Working on Josh Lambert. Brian Nagel flew back to 7th. All right, Robert's on the move. Makes his way around a lap down truck. Inching closer and closer to Josh Lambert. Let's go on board with Robert again. His special YMF Racing Network driver camera tonight. We appreciate him letting us get an onboard look of what he sees. There's Robert Chappell as he tracks down that 2nd position of Josh Lambert. How focused he is. To the outside. And he does it. Robert Chappell, fan favorite, up to 2nd. One of our most popular drivers here in the FTR series. Josh Lambert is falling off back to 3rd now. Rudy Hag 4th, Casey Cotterman 5th, Brandon Cowell 5th, Brandon Cowell 6th, Brian Nichols 7th, Rick Moderich 8th, actually about to make his way around Bryant for the 7th position. These two are side by side down the front stretch, not quite side by side. Seventh right now. Two drivers are currently above the cutoff line. Again, so Bryant Nagel +1 above that cutoff line, and Rick Moderich +8 above that cutoff line. So every position matters here for sure. Especially when you have Jacob Nagel leading the pack. Again, he was -21 above the cut line going into this race, but this win could make a huge difference for him. Especially if Bryant Nagel continues to fall back. And somebody's way down the track. Who was that? Rick Moderich. He was just battling Bryant. Go back and see if we can take a look and see what happened to him. Just kind of saw him shoot off down the track. It's like he just made contact, went up the track a little bit. Nothing too aggressive, too major there. Tough break for him. Definitely going to slow him down a little bit. Back to second place, Robert Chappell. Third, Josh Lambert about to get passed by Rudy Hag in the 23 truck. So your battle for third. Going to take over the third position from Josh Lambert. Josh continuing to drop back. Gotta wonder, is he maybe saving a little something here for the end? It's your 5th place, Casey Cotterman. 6th place, Brandon Cowell. 7th place, Bryant Nagel. Looks like he's coming down pit lane. He's going to be the first truck to hit pit lane for this round of pit stops. Last stops we saw around lap 27. Let's see if anybody else is going to follow him. This is your race leader, Jacob Nagel. He's going to stay on the track. 2nd place, Robert, going to stay on the track as well. 3rd place. 4th place is going to be the next truck that takes that stop. On lap 52, Josh Lambert. Again, he's falling off, so he may be coming in to make some adjustments here. Rick Moderich going to hit the pits as well. It's over 51 truck. All right, race leader Jacob Nagel going to come down the pits. See if Robert follows him. Robert does not. Robert stays out one more lap. So Jacob come down the pits. Somebody else is following him down there as well, I believe. Maybe not. Let's see if Robert stops this time by. He's going to slow down and make his way down pit lane. All right. Rudy Hag's going to follow him as well as Casey Cotterman. Tim Johns as well. A quiet evening for Tim Johns in that 32 truck. Alabama Crimson Tide. Ford F-150. It's going to move Thomas Ridgway up to first place. He's going to lead a lap here in the number 4 truck. Russ Martin Jr. in second currently at 91 truck. All right, Thomas is going to hit the pits. That moves Russ Martin into first. Let's go ahead and pull up our leaderboard here. It's going to get all kinds of confusing with these different pit strategies. Keep an eye on this. You can know kind of who's a lap down, who's not. And so Russ Martin is currently race leader. Jacob Nichols back in second, but I imagine Russ is probably going to be pitting this time. And yes, he makes his way down the pit lane. So that will move Jacob Nichols back to your race leader, holding on to that first position. Robert Chappell in second. Josh Lambert in third. We'll see if he's able to make his way back up towards the front of this pack. And he fell off at the kind of the end of that last run. Yag in fourth. Brandon Cow back in fifth, racing with Casey Cotterman in the 82 truck. Again, this is your battle for second position. Josh Lambert gonna easily make his way around Robert Chappell. Robert Chappell put up no fight there. Falls back to third position. All the fans are ready, Robert. You got to throw it in gear. We need a free car wash. Clayton Fowler fan. Let's go in and check in on Clayton. How's he doing? Back in the 67 truck, currently 2 laps down. All right, here comes Josh Lambert. He's made his way up to the race leader, Jacob, and slides right in front of him easily and takes command of this race again, coming out of turn 4. And let's see if he's going to be able to pull away. Again, he really fell off at the end of the last run, so it'll be interesting to see. Maybe he was saving gas, saving tires. I'm not sure what happened there, but I imagine there's going to be one more pit stop before this thing is over. Fifth, racing with Rick Modrich, 71 truck. Right. Bryant really needs a good finish here. Again, only 1 point above that cut line if he wants to make it into the next round of playoffs. This is an elimination race for the Vine Remodeling 150. We're going to have 6 drivers go home tonight. Not very happy. Checking the rest of our field here. John Fowler back in the 071. Michael Ziegler in the 01. I love that blue and white truck. There's just something about blue and white. It always looks so good. Pretty well spread out after those pit stops. Robert Chappell maybe making some ground here on that second position 48 truck. It's about 2 seconds behind Jacob right now. Let's see if he's able to cut this gap down at all. Still back in 5th. And everybody playing it pretty safe right now. Not a whole lot of action. Rick Modrich in that 71 truck. I apologize. Yeah, Rick Modrich in 71, making his way around Rudy Hag. Casey Cotterman, look at him on the move. There's a 071 and a 71. So that the 071, John Fowler is who we saw making those moves. I apologize, folks. Robert Chappell gonna lose another spot to Brandon Cowell up to the third position. Let's go back and take a look at this pass. Nothing crazy, just a solid speed from Brandon Cowell on that 85. Move Robert down to fourth. Bryant back to fifth. Rick all over the 458. Sitting in the sixth position right now. If I can check in on Chris Gates again, he was looking very good at the start of this race. He just kind of fell off after some pit stops and hasn't seemed to be able to make his way back up to the front right yet. It's not over yet. Still far from over. We got 35 laps roughly. Anything can happen. All it takes is one caution to shake this thing up. Chappell gets passed by one truck, by two trucks. Robert Chappell down to sixth place. Going the wrong way, buddy. We need free car washes. You gotta go forward, not backwards. Brandon making his way up to the 48 truck. By side into turn ones and two they go. Oh, they make contact. Slows the 48 down, but he's still able to tuck back in line right behind Brandon as Brandon takes over the second position. I'm sure 48 can't be too happy about that. Let's go back and rewind that and take one more look at that contact between these two battling for second position. I'm gonna have a turn here. It's kind of a racing incident. Looks like the 48 slid up the track at the same time as Brandon maybe bumped into the wall there. Yeah, no major damage. Definitely slowed them down. That's gonna help Josh Lambert out a ton. Let's see, it's got an 8-second lead now through that incident. Really gonna need a caution to shake things up. Come down to our last 29 laps here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. John Fowler in the 071, Thomas Ridgway in the 4, Michael Ziegler in the 01, racing Chris Wolford in the 51 truck. So your battle for the 9th position between those two. And then you have Rudy Hag and Casey Cotterman. Clayton Fowler hanging up there with the lead back. Unfortunately, he's a lap down, but he's at least showing us he has the truck to be able to compete with these guys. hanging pretty steady. Top 5 pretty much all night. Him and Rick Modric. Rick maybe thinking about a move here. Might need another lap or two to make that happen. Chris fans in the chat. Alright, we see some cars coming down pit road. Clayton Fowler down in the pits. Brian Nagel coming with him as well. Robert Chapel going to hit the pits as well. This is going to be our last round of pit stops. These guys maybe pitting early, going to maybe try to beat Josh Lambert out. See if they can switch up the fuel strategy on him. Josh Lambert going to stay out. He continues to lead this race. Brandon Cowell is going to be the second position. Jacob Nagel in third. Everybody's staying out so far. Rick Modric staying out. John Fowler going to stay out. Thomas Ridgway going to stay out. Yeah, so Robert, Bryant, Casey, and Rudy are going to be the 4 that hit pit lane first. We'll see how this works out for them. Back to race leader Josh. See if he's going to come down pit lane this time. Does not look like it. He stays out. Brandon Cowell going to stay out, maybe? Yep. Brandon stays out one more lap. Jacob Nagel going to come down pit lane, followed by Rick Modric in the 71. I saw it go Chris in the chat. Are we cheering for Chris Wolford or are we cheering for Chris Gates? Number 51 or 20? Chris Wolford making his way down pit lane right now. He's in the 51 truck. But Red Baron. Is that Red Baron Pizza? Sounds pretty good right now. Josh Lambert making his way down pit lane. Brandon Cowell should be following. It sounds like, yeah. Truck getting quiet there. Chris Gates, number 20. Should move him back up to first. Momentarily for first as he makes his way down the pits. Josh Lambert still sitting on pit lane. Brandon Cowell as well. I'm really interested to see how this strategy is going to work out. Robert Chapel was one of the first ones to come back down just a few laps ago. Tim John's new race leader. Josh Lambert back out on track. Now, how far ahead is he from this next pack? So Josh is coming out of turn 4 right now. Brandon Cowell is going to be going into 4 right now, coming into turn 4. So good little distance. Did not think the early pits helped quite like we thought. Josh Lambert is just such a dominating lead. He is putting a clinic on. Brandon Cowell and Brian Nagel battling for the second position. Making their way around turns 3 and 4 right now. Laps to go at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Things are going to get real interesting. This is your battle back for 4th. You have Jacob, Rick, and Robert. 4th, 5th, and 6th all right there. The 71 truck is blinking just a hair. Let's see if that's going to have any kind of impact on Robert. Let's go with Robert, get one more driver cam view from him. Wash 87 truck. how that 71 is kind of bouncing around. I'm sorry, not the 71, yeah, 71 to Rick Moldridge. Just one more lap around Vegas with Mr. Robert Chappell. Currently 6th position. Just laser focused, locked in for these last 18 laps. Rick is slowly trying to reel in that 48 truck of Jacob Nagel. And we have a battle up for 2nd position as well. Number 458 trying to make his way back to Brandon Cowell. Lost that position just a few laps ago. Back through the field, check on everybody else. Got a battle back here. Saw 2 trucks racing side by side. Looks like Michael Ziegler at 01 along with Rookie at 23, but they straightened out. Back to your battle for 3rd place. 48. I'm sorry, 4th place. 48. Rick Moldridge. Second and 3rd place, Brandon Cowell, Brian Nagel. Riding on board right now is Brian Nagel as he works towards Brandon Cowell. About 13 laps to go. Nobody able to make a move quite yet. Maybe just still holding on for a few more laps here before they really start pushing it hard. He looks really good going in the corners, and I feel like on exit the field is a little stronger. We're not that time. They're able to make up some ground there. But it does seem like on a lot of the exits, 48's just a little better on exit. Place is Jacob Nagel in the 48, that purple truck. Brian Nagel is starting to slow down a little bit. He may lose a few positions if he doesn't pick up the pace here. 10 laps to go. Josh Lambert with a comfortable lead. Trucks still right beside each other. Nose to tail as they go into turn 371. They got the bumper just a little bit of 48. Just a hair may have brushed against it, but obviously not enough to slow him down or hurt either truck. It was very, very, very minimal if he did touch him. I don't think he did, but down to the final 9 laps at Las Vegas. Second place, Brandon Cowell. Third, Brian Nagel. Fourth, Jacob Nagel. Making his way around Brian in that 458 truck. They're side by side down the front stretch. This may open the door for that number 71 of Rick Modrich as well. Battle for third. Jacob Nagel going to take over the third position. He slides up in front of Bryant going down the back stretch into turn 3. Rick Modrich staying up high. Rick peeking to the inside. Not able to close the door there. Side by side on the back stretch still. And finally Rick gets a good run off of turn 4. Able to slide in front of Bryant. May add a little help with that lap traffic there, that 32 truck. Kind of holding on to that high line. Rick Modrich up to 4th. 5 laps to go. Again, this is the first elimination race to see who advances to our next round in the playoffs here for the Four Seasons Auto Wash Truck Series presented by FTR. The season is almost over, but if you're an iRacer looking for a good league to join, something fun to do on Monday nights, definitely reach out to FTR, Robert Chappell, and their next season will be starting up here within just a matter of weeks, really. As quick as these playoffs are going to fly by. So definitely a good time if you're thinking about getting involved with iRacing and doing some league racing. Check out the FTR guys. Obviously, good clean racing every week. We haven't seen any cautions tonight. 4 laps to go here at Las Vegas. Trying to track down that 48 truck and see if he can bring home the 3rd spot. Got a battle back here between Bryant and Robert Chappell for 5th. I'm sorry, 6th. I thought that was Bryant back there. That was a 32 truck. Bryant is in 5th place. I apologize. He's up here at the rig. Saw the red light, got a little confused. 3 laps to go. Josh Lambert with a massive 11-second lead. 2nd place, Brandon Cowell. 3rd place, Jacob Nagel. 4th place, Rick Modrich behind him. Your next closest battle for position. 2 laps to go. Gonna keep an eye on these two. Josh Lambert's getting that white flag. 48 and the 71 as they reach their final lap. Josh went with a comfortable lead again. We're going to keep eyes on here on this battle for 3rd. 71 all over the bumper, the 48. He tried low, he's going to try high. Does he have what it takes? Not quite enough. 48 is going to bring that home. So there you go. He's already crossed the finish line, but there's race winner Josh Lambert 2 weeks in a row. He's going to bring it home in that 90 truck. Brandon Cowell coming home second. Jacob Nagel, oh, trouble. He brings it home third, but he may be taking a trip to the infield care center. Let's see what just happened with him. Oh, man, he just went flying after he crossed the line. Let's take a look. Just lost control. Hit the apron there, lost control, straight into the wall. What a hard hit. Ouch. Straight to the infield care center he goes. Yikes. All right, well, let's go ahead and we'll take up the final results here, and we'll see who's ready to maybe do some race interviews with us. While we wait on everybody, let's actually take a look at Josh as he celebrates real quick. Do a burnout down the front stretch for us. Number 90 Precision Speed Solutions truck. Been race winner 2 weeks in a row. What an awesome burnout from Mr. Josh Lambert. And he blew the motor. There you go. All right, now let's pull up the official results. All right, so Josh Lambert going to bring it home. Race winner 2 weeks in a row. Brandon Cowell second. Great showing by Brandon in that 85 truck. Jacob Nagel third. Rick Modrich fourth. Bryant Nagel fifth. Robert Chappell sixth. Sean Fowler seventh. Thomas Ridgway eighth. Chris Wolford ninth. Michael Ziegler 10th. Rudy Hag 11th. Casey Cotterman 12th, Russ Martin Jr. 13th, Chris Gates 14th, Tim Johns 15th, Bryce Gainey 16th, 17th Clayton Fowler, 18th Joseph Phelps, and 19th will be Randy Courier in that 52 truck. And let's go in here and see if maybe we can get if anybody's willing to do a race interview with us here. Just a moment. See if we can get somebody up in the broadcast booth with us. Let's see. Anybody? No one is available yet. Give them just maybe a few more moments here. So they hop out of their race cars. All right, it looks like we may have Brandon Cowell, your second place finisher, going to join us. So give me just a moment. We'll get him all queued up. All right, I appreciate you guys' patience. I have Mr. Brandon Cowell, second place finisher tonight here at Las Vegas. Brandon, congratulations on your solid top 3 here. Tell us about your race.
Well, it was another, repeat of last week. Poor qualifying effort. Had to work my way through. Just trying to be patient early on. The aero push here was huge, especially with the track temp we had. So just trying to save tire, make my way through, and from there on, it was just. It ran green, so it was whoever's strategy worked out really, and for about 5 of us, we all came out together despite different strategies there at the end, so it was a good race.
Yeah, the pit strategies at the end definitely kind of shook things up. It made it interesting for us. We weren't sure what was going to happen. Unfortunately, no one had anything for Mr. Lambert, bringing it home 2 weeks in a row. The good news is for you, you should easily advance to the next round in the playoffs, so congratulations on that. Do you guys know where you're heading to next week? Any thoughts on the upcoming race?
Yeah, I believe it's Talladega. I thought the schedule said Daytona. It's a super speedway either way, so bit of a roll of the dice, I guess, going from Las Vegas, city of gambling, and heading to Daytona or Talladega and trying your luck there. So could really shake things up, but looking forward to it.
So one more question for you. Any specific strategy whenever you head into a super speedway? Do you like to hang out in the back? Do you try to lead the whole thing? What are you thinking?
I just go with the flow, really. Really depends on where I start. If I start up front, I try to kind of stay up near the front. Uh, I typically like the bottom lane either way, just to kind of avoid the mayhem, because a lot of times it's in the corner and it's going to wash up the track, so it gives you an out. But yeah, I just kind of play it out depending on how things go, and if people are aggressive, I'm not gonna hold them up. I'll let them go and live to tell the tale at the end, hopefully.
Well, it sounds good. I just checked the schedule. It is going to be Daytona, so a little more narrow than Talladega. Daytona tends to get a few more accidents from what I see. So, definitely looking forward to next week in the playoffs. Congratulations, you definitely made it to the next round, and we look forward to see what you have for us at Daytona.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, and again, congratulations, Brandon Cowell, second place finisher here at the Divine Remodeling 150 in Las Vegas. Looks like we have Robert Chappell waiting for us next. We'll bring him in just a moment here. All right, we are here. We have Robert Chappell in the booth with us. Robert, you finished 6th today. You look so good. You're out there in the second place for several laps. What happened? Was it the pit strategy? Did you fall off? Tell us what happened.
Yeah, it was a pit strategy. Last minute we came in. I wanted to get a couple bonus points for leading the lap, so I took my tires early. That's why we started driving through the field there for a little bit. And then the second stint, I had to kind of lay back and just take care of my tires for a run. So that's what happened there.
Well, all the fans were definitely pulling for you. As I'm sure you're aware, you're definitely a fan favorite here. They were actually kind of joking around tonight. If you get a win, everybody gets a free car wash tonight. But it sounds like you may let those guys down.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't see that in the chat yet. That's awesome, though.
Yeah, so I guess you'll have to, maybe you can pull it out. Next week, we're heading to Daytona. I believe you should have easily made it in. You definitely easily made it into the next round. What are your thoughts on Daytona? It's gonna be a night race. Got any plans heading into the race? You like to hang out in the back? You gonna lead the whole thing? What do you think?
I want to be up front leading the whole thing. That's the safest place for me. I feel like if I'm mid-packer in the rear, I'm going to get tangled up in somebody's mess. So we'll see how it goes.
It's definitely going to be exciting. It's always fun to see Super Speedway mixed into the playoffs because anything can happen, and you know there's going to be a big one. It's just it's not if, it's when. So
it's win. Yep.
So best of luck to you in the playoffs. Again, next week we'll be at Daytona for a night race. Any other final thoughts or things you want to get out before we shut this thing down?
I just want to shout out Four Seasons Auto Wash for sponsoring the season. Divine Remodeling for sponsoring the race, and all my other fans in the chat. Tropical Tan, Iron Ridge Gym, Sailor Trailers, Professional Services, Free Time Racing, Dirty Monkey Motorsports, Fowler Time Designs, Seven Hills Church, and then my hot wife, Kayla Chappell.
We can't forget that one. This man is sponsored by about everybody in the nation, so no wonder he's our most popular driver here. Again, hate to see you didn't quite get the top 5, but hey, a top 10 is still good. You advanced to Daytona, and you got something to look forward to next Monday. And that's when we'll be live here again on the YMF Racing Network with the Four Seasons Auto Wash Truck Series. Gonna be the 3rd round of playoff races here. It'll be Daytona night race. And again, anything can happen, so make sure you tune in for that. It'll be 9 p.m. Eastern next Monday night. And until then, everybody take care. I hope you enjoyed the racing tonight, and we will see you next time on the YMF Racing Network.